Hello there, and welcome. If you've ever been in a technical meeting, listening hard, but still felt like you were missing keywords, then you are in the perfect place. This is your personal masterclass, and together we're going to break down the sounds and rhythms of technical English. We're going to move from just hearing noise to truly understanding every single word.
So, here's our game plan for this session. First, we'll diagnose the exact listening challenges you're facing. Then, we'll master some core English sounds. From there, we'll fix common word errors, practice key oil and gas terms, learn to understand fast-connected speech, and finally, we'll build you a daily practice plan to make it all stick.
All right, let's dive right in with part 1, your listening diagnosis. You see, before we can start building your skills, we need to know exactly what's tripping you up. We need to understand the root of the problem so we can fix it for good.
This right here is a perfect place to start. It's such a common kind of mistake, and it tells us so much. Your brain hears a bunch of sounds it doesn't recognize, so it searches for the closest match it knows. In this case, a name, Anderson. And just like that, the entire meaning changes. This one little example is our clue for what to focus on today.
So, based on that clue and others, here are the big 5 challenges we're going to solve together. We're going to work on telling specific vowel sounds apart, stop the confusion between similar words, get comfortable with natural fast speech, learn to catch those critical technical terms, and make sense of common little phrases. We're going to turn these confusing moments into moments of clarity.
Okay, it's time to build our foundation. Think of it like building a house. We have to start with strong bricks. For listening, those bricks are the individual sounds. We're going to focus on the key sounds that are often tricky for Spanish speakers, because nailing these is the secret to unlocking everything else.
First up is the short ah sound. The symbol looks like this. Ah. Now this sound probably feels a little strange because it's not common in Spanish. To make it, you really have to open your mouth and drop your jaw way down. It's kind of like when the doctor tells you to open up and say ah, but the sound comes more from the front of your mouth. Think apple, ah.
Okay, let's practice this together. The key is repetition, so we're going to say each word 3 times to really build that muscle memory. Just listen and then repeat. Ready? First word, apple, apple. Apple. Good. Now our word from your field. Assessment, assessment, assessment. And one more. Valve, valve, valve. Excellent. Really feel that jaw drop every time you make that ah sound. All right, next up is the short I sound, which looks like this. I. This one is the total opposite of the last sound. It's super short, very quick, and totally relaxed. Think of the word sit. Your tongue is pretty high up, but your jaw and your lips are loose. There's no tension, just a quick, light sound. I.
Now let's look at the sound that often gets confused with the one we just did. This is the long E sound, or IE. This one is long and tense. To make it, you need to pull the corners of your lips back, almost like you're smiling for a picture. Feel that tension in your cheeks? That's the sound, IE, as in the word see. This is where it all clicks. Let's put these two sounds side by side. On the left, we have the short, relaxed I. On the right, the long, tense E. I want you to listen and really feel the difference in your mouth as we say these pairs. Sit, see, kit, keep. Now let's try some technical words. Integrity, field. And one more pair. Can you hear the difference? It's small, but it completely changes the word.
Okay, are you ready for the #1 secret to understanding natural English rhythm? It's this little guy right here, the schwa sound. The symbol is It is the most common sound in English, and it is a super short, weak, kind of lazy sound. It's a sound vowels make when they aren't stressed. It basically sounds like a soft
Just look at these words. See how the vowels that aren't stressed just collapse into that weak sound? The real energy is only on one syllable. Listen carefully, and then you repeat. Proposal, proposal, proposal. Now the next one. Technical, technical, technical. And the last one, material, material, material. If you can hear this sound, you can understand the music of English.
Great. Now that we have our new tools, these core sounds, let's put them to work. We're going to go back to those words that were confusing before and see exactly how our new knowledge can help us hear them correctly. It's time to apply what we've learned.
Okay, let's start with our first mystery, hearing the name Anderson when the speaker really said the concept understanding. Let's break down the sounds and the rhythm to see exactly what happened.
So the secret here is all about the rhythm. The energy, the stress, is only on that third syllable. Understand. Ding. Those first two syllables, they're weak. They get that lazy schwa sound we just practiced. Un and der. And the stressed syllable, stand, has that big open ah sound we learned first. The rhythm is weak, weak, strong, weak. Da, 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 weak.
All right, here's our second case. Your brain heard propausa, which makes perfect sense as two Spanish words, but the speaker said one English word, proposal. Again, it all comes down to hearing the English rhythm correctly.
And look at that, it's the same pattern. The stress is in the middle. Proposal. That means the first syllable, pro, and the last syllable, sol, are unstressed. And what happens to unstressed vowels? That's right, they become the weak schwa sound. So we hear proposal. The rhythm is weak, strong, weak. Da, da, da. Let's try it. Proposal.
And for our last correction in this section, we have assessment versus the correct word, assessment. This time, the key to hearing it right is all in that very first sound.
Remember that very first sound we practiced today? The open ah sound where you drop your jaw? That is how this word begins. It's not an, it's ah. Assessment. The stress is on the second syllable, ses, and the last part is weak again, another schwa. So the rhythm is, you guessed it, da, da, da. Assessment. Let's practice it together. Assessment, assessment, assessment. Fantastic work. You're really getting it. So now let's take these skills and apply them directly to the world you work in every day, oil and gas. This is where the learning becomes immediately useful for your career. Let's start with some places you know very well. Now, even though these are Spanish names, you'll find that native English speakers might put the stress in a slightly different place. I'll say each one slowly, really punching the stress syllable, and then at a more natural speed. Listen. Gacho coteño. Natural. Gacho coteño. Next. La sierra infantas. Natural. La sierra infantas. And finally, llano central. Natural. Llano central. Here's a hugely important concept in your field. And check it out. It uses two of our key sounds. Asset starts with that open ah sound, asset. And integrity uses that short, relaxed I sound, integrity. Let's say the whole phrase. Slow first. Asset, integrity. Now natural. Asset integrity. Your turn to repeat. Asset integrity. Okay, let's combine two words we've already worked on. The key here is to hear the rhythm of the whole phrase. The main beats are on tech and ses. Listen to it slowly. Technical assessment. Now, at a natural meeting speed. Technical assessment. Please, repeat after me. Technical assessment. Let's do a quick-fire round with a few more essential terms. I'll say each one twice. Your job is to listen for the stress and then repeat it. Here we go. Red flags. Red flags. Now, listen to the rhythm here. Material corrosion. Material corrosion. Next one. Geohazards. Geohazards. And last one. This one has two main beats. Due diligence. Due diligence. Amazing job. Okay, time to level up. We've mastered the sounds and individual words. But in a real meeting, nobody talks in single words, right? They speak in phrases, and all the words flow together. We have to train our ears to hear how words connect and change in that natural flow. So, here is the biggest rule for understanding fast speech. Sounds link together. Native speakers almost never pause between each word. When one word ends with a consonant sound and the next word starts with a vowel sound, they just connect. For instance, we don't say an assessment. Nope. That N sound just jumps over to the next word. It sounds like one long word, an assessment. This is so important for all those little phrases you hear constantly. When you see is in the field written down, what you will actually hear in a conversation sounds more like this. Is in the field. See what happened? The S from is linked to the I from in, and the word the got weak and became a schwa. Let's look at the next one. Is associated with becomes is associated with. This is the real secret to decoding fast speech. All right, let's put a real phrase that you found difficult under the microscope. First, let's just go through it very slowly, pronouncing every single word clearly. Listen. The, time, frame, for,
This assignment. Okay, ready? Now let's hear how that actually sounds at a natural pace, with all the sounds linking together. Listen closely. The time frame for this assignment. Did you hear how for this just becomes for this, and this assignment sounds like tis assignment? Let's hear it one more time, at natural speed. The time frame for this assignment.
Let's get a few more reps in. I'll say each phrase slowly and then at natural speed. Your job is to repeat both versions right after me. Okay, first one. Slow, rapid, field, assessment. Natural, rapid field assessment. Good. Next one. Slow, material, red flags across the 3 basins. Natural, material, red flags across the 3 basins. And the last one. Slow, asset, integrity is fundamental. Natural, asset integrity is fundamental.
Wow, we have covered a huge amount of ground today. You've done an amazing job. But the most important part is making sure all this new knowledge sticks. So let's build a really simple but very powerful daily plan to lock in all of your progress.
First, let's do a quick recap. What are the 3 most valuable sounds that will completely change your listening? Number 1, the open as sound where your jaw drops. Number 2, the contrast between the relaxed I and the tense E. And number 3, the secret weapon, the weak, unstressed schwa sound,
And what about the rules for English rhythm? Just remember these things. First, always listen for the stress. It's the heart of the word. It's always louder, longer, and a little higher. Second, expect unstressed syllables to be weak and fast, probably a schwa. And third, listen for how the words link together to create that smooth, natural flow.
And here it is, your actionable plan, your 15-minute daily audio workout. That's all it takes. For 5 minutes, you'll drill one of the core sounds. For the next 5, you'll practice repeating the rapid phrases from this session. And for the last 5 minutes, you'll just listen to 1 minute of real-world English. The key is consistency. 15 minutes a day is better than 2 hours once a week. This is how you make it permanent.
So as we wrap this up, the real work is just beginning. And I have one final question for you. Think about your next professional meeting or conversation. What is the one skill, the one idea from today that you will consciously try to apply? Maybe you'll listen for the schwa sound, or maybe you'll try to hear how words link together. Just pick one thing, because applying this knowledge is how you'll go from learning to truly mastering English listening.